And again, what's up? We're back with another video. In this video, we're going to be going over the overall beta and what to expect for the upcoming release in October. So there's going to be 6 categories that we're going to go over. One's going to be the base game. We have the gunsmith, the perks, streaks, the map, and the movement in the game. First and foremost, I want to go over just the base of the game. I give it a rating 8 out of 10, but there is one game-breaking thing I believe they're gonna fix before the game's released. I'm gonna actually show that on screen right now. So on screen right now is just one of the glitches that I ran into. It was one of the most compelling glitch to me. If you notice in the left-hand corner over the map, we just dropped a gunship, mind you. We have this launch initiated kill streak thing that's in the left corner. I don't know how to get rid of it. I believe it goes away once I die. The thing is, if you notice the latency in my packet loss, I think I was like 1901 before this started happening. I dropped the gunship and then this happened. This happened multiple times to me once I dropped the gunship and like my higher kill streaks. But the biggest thing was the latency. So I started this game like at 40 milliseconds like for latency and then 0 packet loss. Once I dropped the gunship, this started happening and I couldn't tell why. I had a good lobby. After the kill streak was dropped, this happened and it was absolutely unplayable. We almost dropped more streaks and then I ended up leaving the game. But this glitch right here, they need to fix it for sure. So the first category that we're actually going to get into is the base of the game. To me, for one, we don't have the full game yet. We don't have the iconic maps. If you're new to this channel, or if you're not, you know we're a hardcore player. So we don't have hardcore, so we can't really judge the game based off of that. Because once hardcore comes in, we're going to be doing a lot better, a lot higher kills. It's just going to go a whole lot better for the way we play. The maps, we had Los Alamos, Field 18, Hotel, and Museum for 6v6. Two of the maps, I would say Los Alamos and then the Field 18 were okay maps. The Museum was hit or miss, the Hotel was hit or miss, and Museum to me was absolutely unplayable. It was too open, too campy. I just couldn't get the hang of it. For gun mechanics were really good. The guns felt good. The only downfall to that to me was when you would shoot, you would lose the visibility. They did fix it a little bit, but it definitely can be tweaked once the official game is going to be released. Hopefully they tweak it. So we can see our enemies a little bit better because it was hard at times to see people. The maps aesthetically look good. They're brighter. They're not the 2000 Dole Modern Warfare 2019 maps. And they're not the Vanguard super hard to see people. Just when you start firing your gun again, it's super hard to see. Next, we'll hop into the gunsmith. To me, the gunsmith is going to be super good for grinders, for camo grinders. And that's something we do on this channel. It is super confusing though. So it is good for the camo grind, but for the overall customization, to me, it just fell off. You are going to be able to unlock attachments for all guns, like for a weapon class, just say AR, the M4. You get it for multiple classes. You don't have to rank each gun up to level 70 like we had to do in the past. And again, that benefits camo grinders. But if you don't know what you're doing, or if you haven't watched a video, or if you're just trying to learn, it took me a couple days of the beta, like the first weekend, to learn the gunsmith, what each attachment does. And that's another thing for gunsmith. I give the gunsmith a 5 out of 10. We don't have all the attachments, so we can't really say how long it's going to take. But yeah, I believe the gunsmith can be tweaked a little bit just because it's so confusing. There's no guide. There's nothing really in-game to show us how to use it. Next thing we'll hop into is the perk system. I give this a 1 out of 10. It's not traditional at all. It's something new. Something to me we didn't ask for as a community, for like a re-innovation of it. So you're going to start off with your 2 base perks, and those are like the lower tier perks. Then like mid-game, you will unlock another perk, and then the final ultimate perk at I would say closer to the end of the game. I did notice the more you stay alive and the more kills you get, the faster you're going to get those perks. The ultimate perks are going to be like your ghost, your more overpowered perks. I don't know. I wasn't not at all feeling the perk system. If I want ghost, give me to like level 30, I unlock it, I should be able to use it. Just the way trying to play stealthy, but they don't want that. Next thing we're going to hop into is the streak. So the streaks, to me, I give it a 4 out of 10. There was majority of the streaks were garbage. For the amount of kills that you needed to get those streaks and how you had to play to get them, it wasn't worth it. There was a few good ones, don't get me wrong, like the UAV. The advanced UAV is really good. The VTOL's not really good, but the attack helo is. And then you have your gunship and maybe the Juggernaut. It was decent, but you weren't dropping like super high kills with the streaks. The streaks aren't game breaking like they should be just because you're earning them. Next, we're gonna hop into the map. So the whole map situation, they already know what's going on. So when you fire an unsilenced weapon, it's not coming up on the mini map. Why this is bad for core players is because they rely on the map a lot. So for hardcore players, I don't think it's gonna really affect us as much, just because we're so used to not having a mini map. But the worst part about this is that the suppressor is not gonna really mean anything. So you normally use a suppressor to stay out the map. The sound, people are still going to be sound whoring, so the sound of the silencer, they're still going to know where you're directionally where you're at. It's not going to be a big, huge factor. It's just traditional COD. I don't know why we gotten away from a traditional map. It's normally the Infinity War devs that pick this style of map. So that's why for hardcore players, I give it a 5 out of 10. It's still something that should be just integrated into the game. Unsilenced weapon, you shoot at it or you shoot it, people should be able to see you. But if you play this game in core, I give it a 1 out of 10. It's just going to throw the core players off. I don't know, I wasn't a big fan of it. Last big category that we're going to get into is the movement. So obviously the slide cancel is gone. There are exploits to be able to slide cancel, but I don't think it's going to be as beneficial to slide cancel because it takes too much to do it. We got to learn that old style of COD again, where you're going to be L triggering a lot and just holding corners, holding off angles just to do better. You are going to be using your audio a lot more just simply because dead silence, they already said, will not be in the game as a perk. It's not going to happen. They didn't do it for Modern Warfare 2019. After all the complaints, it's just, I guarantee it's not going to happen just because of the business model they already have for 2019, and it did so well. Also, we have the dolphin dive. The dolphin dive will be a good addition. If they can fix when you dolphin dive, you should be able to at least hip fire. You can't even shoot your gun. It's kind of pointless. It is good to get away from people shooting at you. It's just the TTK in this game is not really good for that movement style. I'll be honest, the devs, they already said in their patch notes and their tweets, everything, that if you're gonna rush, you're gonna get punished if you don't do it right. If you're not running around with that dead silence. Another thing about dead silence is when you cue the dead silence, it's giving off an audio sound. I'm telling you, they want us to not be able to rush as much as we want. That's why I'm giving the movement as a whole a 5 out of 10. I'm not a huge fan, but it is playable. You're just gonna have to base your game off of like your positioning and more gun skill, L triggering, so it's gonna feel a little bit more campy. With all that said, I do miss the beta. I do want to play it. I tried playing Vanguard again, it was super boring. I tried to go back to Modern Warfare 2019, super boring. It's just, it's a new COD, we just gotta readjust to it. Once we learn the core game as a whole, once the game drops, I think the game is gonna be good. I don't think it's gonna fail. We just gotta wait and see. Let me know how you guys feel about the beta, but this is my view, my overall constructive criticism on the game. But I appreciate all the support, guys. Deuces.